All right, guys, so we're going to get into another one. We're going to do this one here of Neil and Helen. So to save time, I've already opened this up, and as you can see, I've already run retouch for me on this one, and it's done a really good job. It's cleaned up Helen's cheek and that sort of stuff. So yeah, we've got through that pretty quickly. So what I'm going to do now with this one, there's not really a lot to do with this because this is one that I took. I'm pretty happy with it. There's just a few little bits sort of that I kind of want to clean up a touch, but nothing really too drastic. So first thing I'm going to do is give it a quick little crop just to get rid of that light spot out of the corner. Now there's a little spot here that I've noticed that is a bit of a distraction, so just going to content aware that out. Just going to have a look over the rest of the frame, and there's not really any other kind of distractions here so much. So look, I'm pretty happy with how this looks. It's shot nice and sharp. Helen's skin tone looks good. Neil's skin looks good. We've gotten rid of any marks, Cocoa Pops, stuff like that. So I think pretty much all I'm going to do is just darken this down a little bit, give it a little bit of contrast where it needs it, and maybe add to the flames here a little bit. But that's kind of about it. It doesn't really need anything more. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to do my image pop first, which is going to really take things back, potentially a little bit too far. So we're going to take that to about what's that, 53%. Cool. What else do we need? I might go this signature soften a little bit because I do want to sort of soften things back, but we also want to take this off Helen and Neil because, as you can see, it does soften them pretty significantly as well. So again, black brush, and I'm going to set it on 100% because I don't want to mess around. And then I'm just going to brush it off Helen's hair here, and I'm going to run it down the rim where we can see the light coming through. And I'm going to brush it off her eye, but I'm going to leave it on her skin a little bit here because it has softened her skin a bit, which I kind of like. Not that she needs it, but I just kind of like how soft it looks. So I'm going to take away this off fingernails and joints of the skin, and I'm also going to take this off Neil pretty much all together because we don't want him to look soft and fluffy. That's Helen's job. Alright, so rubbing that off Neil, and then we're also going to take it off his jacket as well. Just fairly rough. And we're also going to take it off Helen's dress that she's wearing because we want that to be relatively sharp. And off her hair at the back. And just down here, this last little bit on Neil, because we want to be able to see the background. Cool. All right. So all I'm doing is just making sure that I haven't missed anything significant. There we go. Cool. So what we've done is we've essentially softened the entire frame, but we've kept them sharp, which I think looks really good. And it has brought a little bit of colour back into Helen's cheek again. Whoops, wrong button. Just want to see if I take that out. Yeah, taking that all the way out takes a lot of colour out, so I'm just going to take just 50% out just to give her rosy cheeks back a little bit. All right, and then we're pretty good there. What I'm thinking though I might do is just give these flames a little bit more of a, I don't don't know, a helping hand, I guess, to a degree. So I'm going to go to overlay. I'm going to put it to about 18%. I'm going to have a big brush, soft edge, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glow to these. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we'll add just a little bit of that. Oh, no, we won't. All right, cool. I'm done with that. And you know what, guys? That's kind of it. It doesn't really need any more. I think if I add anything more, I'm just doing it because I can. But because I can, I'm going to try one thing just to see what we look like. I've got an overlay here that I kind of know might work. So I'm going to pop that on. We're going to see what that looks like. It's probably going to be too much, but it is a little bit too much. And it does throw a lot of blue just because of the nature of the overlay. So, but there is a way that we can diminish that. Just going to make it a little bit bigger, just so that it kind of looks like there's a nice bit of light coming from that flame. And then if we go select the layer and go to curves, we can drop it back so that, see how we lose the blue, and then all we've got is just a bit of glow from the flames kind of left over, which I kind of like. There is a lot there. I kind of don't really want that much. So if we go to there, and then I can obviously reduce the opacity of it as well, just to make it kind of look a little bit warmer and have a little bit of a glow. And then I'm going to add a layer mask, black brush, normal, and we're going to go to 48, about halfway, and then I'm just going to rub a bit of the overlay off Helen and Neil, just a little bit, just so that there is still that glow on there, but it's not overpowering. Cool. So I like that. Now the other thing that's sticking out to me a little bit is, unfortunately, just this highlight part here on Neil's neck. And I think that's just because where the flash was, because we didn't sort of get the flash over far enough in front of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my brush, and because I want to darken it down, we're going to go to darken. I'm going to go to about 12% or 14%. And then what I'm going to do is grab a little bit of Helen's skin tone, because I like Helen's skin tone better than this darker stuff on Neil. And then I'm just going to paint that in just a little bit. It's maybe a little bit too much on that last one. Hang on, we might just try that. I'm going to try this skin tone. We'll see how this goes. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Just a little bit, just to darken it back, just so it's not quite as bright. And what I might also do is just grab this bit, just take a little bit of that shine off Helen's head. Not too much. There we go. And that's it. That's it for that one, guys. Like nothing too crazy. Just nice, well lit, nicely directed. There is a little bit more highlight here. I'm just going to take out, but nothing too serious. Yep, that's it. Love that. It's nice. It's soft. It's beautiful. It's clean. It's sharp. It's well lit, well shot. You know, everything's nice and sharp, and that could quite easily go on the wall. Speaking of sharp, actually, what I might just quickly do is give it a quick sharpen. I'm not going to go too crazy on the sharpening because it's a kind of a soft photo of its own right, and I want to kind of maintain that softness to a degree. So all I'm going to do is white brush, my sharpening action. Just going to go over Helen's hair there, just one pass, just to give it a little bit more texture, I'm going to go over her eye, sharpen that up a little bit. I'm going to sharpen up the ring on her finger a touch, and then we're just going to give Neil a little bit on his beard and on his eye, and that same kind of 50% on his hairline, and a little bit on the top of the jacket here, and then for Helen a little bit on, so 2 passes at 50% on her dress, and that's us, guys. That's it. So we're going to flatten, file, save.